Say hi, bro. That's bro.
Get familiar with that.
It's Leon.
This is also me.
Here I am.
Okay, what do I need?
The first part.
Close the door.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, this is
Who's
where
doing
we're going.
scientific breakthroughs?
This we're gonna be bro.
Okay,
This
give
is where
me a
we're gonna be
pencil.
taping.
Give me a pencil. It's right there. There's a pencil laying right there.
Brian's brother's room. It's nice, it's Brian.
Okay. What's this?
Alright, we'll be back shortly after these commercial
Yeah.
messages.
Hello, and welcome to Channel 60 News. I'm Aurora Vive, your newscaster. Today is January 1st, 1970, and we're doing a special recap of the 60s. The 60s were known for hippies, drugs, social activism, and new types of music and clothes. Now to Leon with the scientific breakthroughs.
Some of the scientific breakthroughs in the 1960s were Neil Armstrong's landing on the moon, lasers being invented, the smallest building blocks of matter being invented, and leukemia was discovered. Now back to Abrar.
Thank you, Leon. Now to Brian with famous people of the 1960s.
Some of the famous people of the 1960s are Jimi Hendrix, Martin Luther King, Jim Morrison, and JFK. Now, back to you, Bar.
Thank you, Brian. Now we'll take a short commercial break.
He's got Go Power! Cheerios are great! I love Cheerios!
Oh.
Yum!
Back to Channel 60 News. Now we're going to Dan with the major events of the 60s.
Hey guys, it's Dan talking about the major events of the 1960s. In 1960, birth control becomes approved for widespread use. In 1961, yo-yos become a national toy craze. In 1962, the Vietnam War escalates. In 1963, Harvey Grant becomes the first black student at South Carolina's Clemson College. In 1964, the Beatles make their first appearance on American TV on The Ed Sullivan Show. In 1965, black nationalist leader Malcolm X was assassinated. In 1966, Jack Nicklaus becomes the first golfer to win 2 straight master titles. In 1967, a solar-powered house was built. In 1968, the Civil Rights Act of 1968 becomes a law. And finally, in 1969, the Woodstock Music and Art Fair is held on the 800-acre hog farm in upstate New York.
Thank you, Dan, with that very special report. Now to Leon with the Vietnam War.
Alright, now a little info about the Vietnam War. The success of the Viet Cong, which was Vietnam communism, worried American leaders. If South Vietnam fell to the communists, neighboring countries would follow. This idea became the domino theory. President Kennedy believed this. The USA supported South Vietnam and sent advisors to help fight the Viet Cong. In 1965, combat units were deployed. Involvement peaked in 1968. After many years of fighting, peace was restored in 1973. Now back to Abrar.
Thank you, Leon, for that report on the Vietnam War. Now I have my own report on a concert called Woodstock. Woodstock was a music festival held at a farm in the rural town of Bethel, New York for 3 days. 32 great musicians appeared. There were 500,000 people there. This was one of the greatest moments in musical history. Now we'll take a short commercial break.
Hi kids, I'm gonna steal those tricks.
Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
Oh man.
Back to Channel 60 News. Now we're going to Brian Spivak with pictures of the 1960s.
This is a picture of the Woodstock concert with 500,000 people in it. This is a picture of the Vietnam War, 2 guys with a gun. This is a picture of hippies wearing many different colorful shirts and outfits with long hair and glasses and guitars. Thank you. Now back to you, Abrar.
Thank you, Brian, with those pictures of the 60s. Now we're going to Leon with sports.
Some of the most famous sports figures in the 1960s were Wilt Chamberlain, the first player to score 100 points in the NBA game, Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers who ever lived, and Jackie Robinson, the first black player in the MLB. Now back to Abrar.
Thank you for watching this very special episode. I'm Aurora Vive, and this is Channel 60 News. Hello, I'm Aurora Vive, and today is January 1st, 1970. We're doing a special recap of the 1960s. The 60s were known for hippies, drugs, social activism,
It's okay, it's okay.
different types of fashion and music. Yeah, we gotta erase that.
We have the
Some of the scientific breakthroughs in the 1960s was Neil Armstrong's landing on the moon, lasers being...
Hey guys, it's Stan talking about the major events of the 1960s. In 1960, birth control becomes a Alright, stop that.